right. This is our small business spotlight segment where we highlight one business that serves the greater Seattle area, including the East Side. And our next guest is Linda Deppa. Linda is a certified professional organizer and founding member of Uncluttered, a professional organizing company based in Bellevue and serves Seattle, Washington. Linda and her team of professionals use personal hands-on approach to help individuals and families bring order and calm to their environment. Linda has been passionate about organizing since childhood and has used her organizing skills throughout her life. For more than 3 decades, she has organized and managed a variety of projects for her clients, including the entire home organization, downsizing, move management, senior relocation, and estate clearouts. She brings compassion, warmth, and understanding to each client with the goal of guiding them to lead organized, productive, and abundant lives. Welcome to our podcast, Linda.
Thank you for having me, Dan. It's
Well,
been a pleasure.
I am super excited because if you could see my office right now, it's not very organized, but it looks that way. So there's that. I think it's a special person that gets excited about doing those things. And I'm glad to have you here to share we're talking today's topic is, getting your home ready to sell and bringing that curb appeal inside. So let's start. I've got a few questions. So if somebody is looking to prepare for a move, when should they start?
Right now. As soon as they start thinking about it, they need to start preparing because there's a lot involved in preparing for the move. And probably the biggest piece would be the downsizing before you go. You don't want to bring things with you into your new beautiful space or downsize space that you don't need or want. And you don't have to pay for a mover to move that. So the downsizing now is really important. It's just like the mortgage person was saying, start now. Don't wait until you've decided, yeah, I'm going to list my house, or yes, I'm going to move. Start now, downsizing. Your house will thank you for it.
Yeah. Well, and I have to say that, being married to a very organized person, she always kept our house pretty organized. So it wasn't a challenge when it came time for listing. But for the services that you offer, I understand you can help people prepare their home to be listed. Is that right?
Absolutely. One of the things you have to think about when you're listing your home is you want the buyers to be able to see themselves in your home. And a lot of times we have collections or we have family pictures or we have personal items. And when those personal items are there, they're less likely to be able to see their things in your space. So you really want to depersonalize the house, declutter, get rid of those piles that are in your house that have been there for years that are now white noise to you. When you walk in, you don't even see them. Hire an organizer to come in and go, this is what I'm saying. You need to get rid of that. We need to work on this. We need to get this so that when the buyers come in, they can go, oh, I can see myself here.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Now, how does an organizer help getting ready to move?
We do many things. So the first step would be coming in and doing a consultation, getting you ready, looking through the whole entire project and deciding what parts you want to do on your own and what parts that we can help you with. Downsizing is a huge thing. If you need permission to get rid of things or ideas and resources of where to deposit those things so other people can use them. A lot of people want to recycle things. They don't want them just to go into the landfill, which I totally agree with. So we can come in and help you get downsized. We can be there on the day of the move to help coordinate, answer all the questions, help with labeling all the boxes of which rooms they're going into at the new location before the move starts, and then the day of the move. And then after that, when your boxes are arriving in your new space, ensuring that those boxes are placed in the proper rooms and setting you up with systems that are going to help you keep systems in place in your new space. Start out a step ahead and on a good foot in the new space.
Now, along the lines of this, it looks like you could show up any part of this process, meaning if you come pre-listing, most of the work you're going to do there would make them ready for a move. And then when they move into their new house, also be putting them in a position to be ready for moving into the new house. Or you could show up when somebody's already in the process of unpacking and help them unpack and organize at that point.
That is 100% correct. That's like I said, whatever piece that you think you're going to need help with, we can do as much or as little as you need to help you with the process.
I love that. So
stressful.
Yeah, it's so stressful. And I had an instance where I helped a good friend of mine move out of their house, and little did I know that they were, I wouldn't say a hoarder, but they had a lot of stuff, and we probably loaded up 4 trailer loads of stuff. Some of it went to to the donation, and most of it went to the to the trash. Do you make people just get rid of all their stuff?
No, I don't. We go through the items. That's why it's so important to find an organizer that works with your personality, because you're going to work side by side with them. We can't make those decisions for you. We don't know what's important to you, what has the most emotional connection to it. We go through the items side by side with you to help you downsize and clear out. If you want to keep it, we're not going to force you to get rid of your things. They're your things. We're going to figure out a way to work them into the systems and processes, or have them have a special place in your new space.
No, I think that is so good because honestly, from a standpoint of timing, as a real estate professional, we're like, let's go. And for the individual, it may be like, well, but I'm not ready to decide what to do with that or not. So, do you help with like storage units and that kind of thing in order to really help them then go back through it when the time is right?
We really prefer not storage units, because we've had too many clients that have paid anywhere from 15 to, I have one client who has $75,000 into storing stuff in the storage unit for a very long period of time. And the storage unit's still there. So we're still working on getting through that. But so I don't recommend storage units, but we do help you. We can come back and help you go through things again. Sometimes our brains take 2 to 3 times to process something, to be able to let go of it. So I go through my house quarterly, and sometimes I look at things and go, and why did I keep that? It's just an extra time for my brain to go, you really don't need that.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really cool book right here that I like, Year to Success. It's a big chunky one, but
Yep.
it's been in this box for a very long time. So yeah,
we ask
do
we
something
ask our clients, when was the last time you used it? Are you really going to use it again? Do you need it in your new space? Why is this important to you, or what's the emotional connection? Sometimes if you can get the emotional part, then we can figure out things. But I'm not going to make them get rid of it. But it's like the book. It's been in a box for how long?
Right. It's not serving a purpose that it was designed to do, and that's to put the words into my head and make them useful.
Yeah.
Okay, so why is it so important to downsize and declutter before you move?
It's all that extra that you're paying for to have them pack, and then you're paying, if you're having an organizer come in, us to handle, and you don't really need it or want it. If you can get it downsized before that, you are going to have only the stuff that you want going into your new space, which makes you more successful setting up a house without all the extra clutter and chaos that maybe was before. But our lives change. Our kids grow up. We change hobbies. We change ideas as we mature and grow older. A lot of the stuff that we've had in our homes for, let's say, 10, 15 years is stuff that we don't need anymore, or isn't important to us anymore, and doesn't get us to our goal.
I get that. Now, can you help us get rid of things and donate things so that we get deductions?
Oh, yes. We have, depending on how much we're talking about, my company takes away whatever we can fit in our cars to a donations location to help you get it there. If you're looking for an estate sale, we can set you up with that. If you're looking for donations to a specific company, because that's what your heart, it feels good of giving to them, we can help with that. If you want to do one truck, one trip, we can do garbage toward the cab, donations on the back of the truck, and do a trip of literally to donation and to the garbage dump. We have lots of options for our clients on how to handle those things that they no longer need or want.
Gotcha. Okay, so when if somebody they've already sold their home, moving day is right around the corner, and they're feeling overwhelmed, how can you help them on the day of move?
I can come in and I can deal with the movers. So they're only being asked questions by me, and all the movers are coming to me. I can have a team of people come in, and they can be watching and overseeing, because a lot of clients, they get stressed out. They're like, I'm gonna have people all over my house packing, and I can't be in all the rooms at once. That is correct. We've had it before where we have a team member on each level to answer questions, make sure things are being packed and labeled properly. It just depends on what our clients need, on how we need to help. And we can help with all aspects of a move.
Okay, let's unpack your method. No pun intended. Yes, I intended that pun. But so your standing point, and somebody comes to you, and you're basically saying kitchen, and then that goes in this order, or this goes in the back of the truck, this goes in the front, that waits until this. How I mean, it's probably very dynamic, but But is there a method there? I know the answer to this, but there's got to be, right?
There is a method. When you are moving, what you want to do is all the boxes, you want them labeled to what room they're going into the next house, because that minimizes the amount of moving boxes around you have to do. You want it labeled really well on the outside with the room, and then what level, if it's got a level, if the house is multi-levels, we've had to really granularize where each item is going. So it just cuts down on the chaos and the moving in at the other space. So, but we help with all of that. And again, it depends on how soon. Like I've had the client call me the day before move. Not a ton I can do except oversee the packing, oversee, where they're going, try to get it as close to the right rooms that it's going into. If you give me a little bit more leeway, we can get everything pre-labeled so it's super easy and goes really smooth the day of the move. And then the next day is usually it's the packing the one day and the moving the next day, depending on the size of home that you have. And so on the second day, I'm making sure that those boxes are getting in the right spots, answering all the questions of the movers, because they have questions that need to be answered, and taking some of the pressure off of the client.
Right. The client's involved, but they're kind of like one of the workers. They're just kind of boxing stuff up and then coming to you as well.
Normally the client isn't boxing stuff up. You want to have the movers box things if possible, because if you're buying their insurance, they put PBO on the outside of the box. The insurance doesn't cover the box because it was packed by owner PBO.
Oh.
So quick tip on that is if you're going to be buying the insurance on the move, make sure that you are having them box the items, because if something's broken, there's no question.
Oh my goodness. I used a service to have people move. Like I just hired the movers themselves.
Mm-hmm.
That was a mess. You must have really good people that you work with and recommend. Yeah.
I have good movers that I trust their packing and their packing abilities. They're people I've used for years, and they do a great job.
Wow, that's good. So how do you pick the best organizer for the project?
So what you want to do is you want to interview a couple different organizers. You really want to make sure that your personality meshes with the organizer that you're hiring. I might not be everyone's cup of tea, and I'm totally okay with that, because my goal is to have my client have the best experience possible. And to do that, you need to connect with your organizer. You don't need to be buddy-buddy with them, but you need to have a good connection with them so you have good communication and that you guys have the right energy going back and forth. So that would be, I'd say, interview a couple different organizers, see what their processes are, and see if their personalities match yours.
Now, obviously, this is
say match, work with yours.
Yeah, definitely want to find a match. This is obviously going to be an extra cost associated with the move, but how does it actually really save money?
You're not moving the stuff that you don't want and that you don't need anymore. Someone is going through all the items with you. You're downsizing, you're minimizing, you're setting up systems when you go into your new place, because time is money. So it gives you someone else setting it up where you could be out making money to pay for everything. Check your hourly price of what you bill out at, and it could be cheaper and save you so much time and money than you're already set up when you come back home.
Yeah. I would say one of my things that I discovered is how U-Haul has actually redefined a lot of what they provide now. And the favorite that I found in U-Haul for a move was totes. Is you could rent totes. You can get like 25, 30 of these totes, and all the bits and pieces that you're like, I'm not quite sure where this goes. You could put it in there and you can drop it off at a different U-Haul location. So if you're going from here to California or you're going across town, that was something that I found was like life-changing, because it was like you were trying to scrap up another box or go down to the liquor store for some more boxes, and you're packing this much in there. So we just have a few minutes left. What is one of your big success stories, something you're just most proud of that you accomplished for one of your clients?
I have a client that I've moved multiple times, and we went in and took three 28-foot trucks over to Idaho with just stuff in them. And myself and another person from my team were flown in, and we unpacked the entire house ourselves. Very long days, but got it all set up and beautiful for them in a very short period of time, and then flew back home. But those are probably some of my favorite after pictures, is that the house was beautiful. And there was a lot of items, and we got everything to fit in just the way that they wanted it. And we had downsized before we took them over there with that amount of stuff. So that was probably one of my favorite, most moving pieces to have to, juggle and move around to get them moved and settled into their new home. It was fun. Again, I'm an organizer. I love what I do. I love all the moving pieces of a move, out of a state clear out. Those are some of my two top projects that I love to do. I also do home organizing, but it's the puzzle pieces. It's the fitting it all together and having the client's shoulders come down from their ears because they know now the stress is on me for their move, not them.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I so appreciate you coming on the show. I know you were feeling a little under weather. You wouldn't have been able to notice, but I didn't point it out, which I probably shouldn't have done because that's, whatever.
Okay.
Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. I'll
Thanks for having me.
Bring Tucker back on the show just to go finish it up. So we've got a great weekend coming up here in the Northwest. What are you up to? Still trying to get that hike in, Tucker?
I'm actually headed to Boise, Idaho for a golf tournament.
Oh, very nice. Okay, excellent. And Linda, what are you up to this weekend?
I am heading out for a vacation with my husband.
Fantastic. Well, have a wonderful trip. Thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate it. If you run a local business here on the East Side or anywhere in Seattle serving the greater Seattle area, you want to be on the show, reach out to us. You can find me at dan.edwards@kw.com or 425-276-7008. We thank you all for watching our podcast. Have a wonderful week.